Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is the American Experience. I'm your host, Ruben Mendez. Tonight we'll be talking with 4 philosophers from all over the country, and they're here promoting their new books. We have Mr. Black Elk, Dr. William James, Mrs. Emma Goldman, Dr. W.E. Du Bois. Nice to have you here, everyone. Let's start off with you, Black Elk. You're here promoting your new book, Black Elk Speaks. It's in stores now. And in it, you talk a little bit about discrimination and oppression that your people are facing. Could you tell us a little about what you put in there?
Yes, as I said in my book, it's been an ongoing problem with the whites, coming in our land. And they come in our land and they push us back off of our land, causing us to either fight back or relocate our reservations. And, this is ultimately decreasing our population, and that has become a big problem.
Now, is that what happened at Wounded Knee? Because it seems like it was a little more violent when they kicked you guys out.
Yeah, Wounded Knee was a very, very depressing battle where we lost over 150 Indians, and I lost a good friend, Bigfoot. He was a big part of my life. But from what I remember from that battle was the whites shooting upon women and children who were trying to get away, trying to hide, and that really bothered us and really took away our entire defense mechanism against the whites.
Very sorry for your people, Mr. Black Elk. And if you could, we saw in the papers that they did a lot about ghost dances that your people were doing. Could you tell us a little bit about that and what that had to do with your religious faith?
Yeah, the ghost dance is a mixture of Christianity and our Indian tribe, and what it is when our Sioux Nation was battling under duress, we what this did, this dance, it brought us to like a spiritual world, and what it did was almost come as an apocalypse and a restart to the world. It takes out all the bad and restores all the good, and that's kind of what this ghost dance did for us.
Well, speaking of Christianity, we have Dr. William James. You've written a lot of papers about Christianity and faith. What do you think about this ghost dance?
Well, I don't believe that the people that put a stop to it were acting very rationally. The Sioux people are entitled to their religious practices, and to attempt to ridicule or harm them for any reason, I think is very irrational.
And you have several books, the one you're promoting today, The Will to Believe, and you spoke about faith and rationality. Could you talk a little bit about your book?
The Will to Believe is basically my attempt to defend religious faith and the rationality behind it. At its foundation, the rationale in religious faith is very closely connected to the rationale behind scientific discovery. Any amount, or it takes a will to believe in something without evidence in order to have any type of discovery, and the same can be said for the basis of religious faith.
Hence, the will to believe.
Yes.
Very nice. Well, one final question. What motivates people to seek after new scientific discoveries or even faith?
Well, to really determine what motivates someone to follow these things is hard to really say for sure, but what we can know is where they come from. For example, we use Black Elk. Him and his people, they have religious practices that are not normal or accepted as norm by U.S. citizens. And in the same sense, Christianity or other religious practices by U.S. citizens are alien to Native Americans. So what these are alive and dead hypotheses. And what we would say is a person is inclined to seek goals or seek a religion that is socially acceptable in their society.
Very nice. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after